Hey guys, today I wanted to do a follow-up video on the map juicing topic. So this is going to be a bit of a part 2. So check out the previous video on the channel. That is a part 1. So we're going to go over prefixes and suffixes today, get a little bit more about waystones, and in the second half of the video, I'm going to jump into some maps and talk about the end game encounters a little bit. So that's going to be useful for my new players out there. So if you do find the video useful, guys, hit like and subscribe for me. So in the previous video, I did show you how we can make these 6 desecrated mod waystones. We just use the putrefaction with the preserved vertebrae. So what I'm going to do in the video is we're going to unveil this, and we're going to go step by step, and we're going to look at prefixes and suffixes. So before we actually get into the prefix and suffix stuff though, so what the hell are prefixes and suffixes? If we just come over and have a look at an item and press Alt, we can see on the left there, it says prefix on the top 3 mods and suffix on the bottom 3. So the easiest way to remember this, guys, is every single mod that rolls in the game will be one of 2 major categories. They're called prefixes and they're called suffixes. You really can just think about it as like category A and category B, right? Everything either will roll category A or category B, and they just call them prefix and suffix, right? So now, when it comes to white items, you can just ignore all the prefix and suffix stuff. And when it comes to unique items, they have a unique set roll, so you don't have to worry about that. When it comes to magic items, so blue tier items will always roll 1 prefix and 1 suffix, right? So 1 mod from category A and 1 mod from category B. When it comes to the rare tier items, they will roll 3 from category A and 3 from category B, always, right? Now, we can use some crafting methods to sort of mess with the prefixes and suffixes, and that is how the meta crafting in the Season of the Abyss is actually done here. Now, we'll get into that sort of crafting in a different video, though. For today, I did want to focus more on the waystone stuff and the map juicing side of things. So I just want to show you this one good resource here, Path of Exile 2 DB. Now, I'll just make this full screen. So if we come up the top and click on modifiers, this will show us this listing right here. This is all of the different item types. And if we click on one of them, it'll show us all of the available mods on them. So I just clicked on wands to show you up here. So it'll list them by prefix and by suffix. Now, don't be discouraged by this huge wall of text. You don't have to worry about most of the details, right? What you have to understand here is that on wands, these are what can roll as prefixes, and these are what can roll as suffixes. So you can have a look on here. For wands, usually it'll be raw damage type stuff that'll roll as prefixes, and then spell skills and cast speed, crit chance, and all the supporting type ones can roll here as suffixes. So this is something that you're going to have to slowly learn over time. But to be honest with you, if you're not doing the endgame crafting stuff, you don't really have to worry about the prefix and suffix system too much. As I said, though, if you do want to get deeper into Path of Exile 2, you are going to have to start to learn this system over time. I wouldn't worry too much about it now. I do want to just show you a couple of examples here. If we come down to body armor, we got energy shield, max life, and thorns and spirit is prefixes, and then all of our reses and stuff will be suffixes. So you just have to remember there are 2 different categories, category A and category B. All mods will roll either one of these 2 categories. It's that simple, realistically. Okay, so let's go back over to waystones now. So let's have a look at the waystone stuff here. So as you can see, waystones roll a lot of stuff. As I said earlier, don't worry about these walls of text. What you have to understand with the waystones is every mod that rolls has a negative, but will also add a positive. So for an example, monsters deal extra percentage of damage as cold, but also gives us increased rarity of items and waystones in this area. So for example, if you wanted to stack as much rarity as possible, you could go and try and pick out all of the mods that give you rarity, right? So like I said before, for my new players, don't worry so much about that big wall of text. You don't actually have to worry about all of the mods in there. You don't really have to learn them by heart. However, you can use them if you want to be even more optimal. You can use them while we're revealing our mods here. So let's open up the Well of Souls. Let's pop this in. So let's do a reveal. Okay, we got Monster Life, Chilled Ground, and Elemental Weakness. So let's have a look. Okay, so more monster life will give us increased waystones and 26% rare monsters. So if we do want to stack rare monsters, that's not too bad. We could take that one. Extra, what was it? Extra 42% more life. That is going to make the enemies a lot tankier, though. So let's have a look at chilled ground. Okay, so if we have a look for the chilled ground one here, you can just click it to actually pull up the information here. So we get 20% rarity of items found, so not too bad. If we wanted to stack rarity, chilled ground, maybe not too bad. Let's use this as an example. Let's try and stack rarity. So let's do, whoops, let's do... Go again. Let's do those chilled ground patches. Let's see how much rarity we can stack on this particular waystone. Okay, so once we've revealed the first one, it actually does go a little bit quicker. Okay, we got extra chaos damage and extra lightning damage. So for my build here, I'm actually immune to chaos damage. So let's have a look at the chaos damage one here. We've got to close that out first. Okay, extra chaos damage, 23% rarity. Okay, so this is actually going to be a really, really easy mod for me to take. So let's do that one. We'll add even more rarity. We're up to 43%, not too bad. Let's reveal again. Okay, temporal chains. We got the Ezomite monsters and elemental weakness. So, okay, so the Ezomite monsters is pack size by 5%. Not really actually the best one out of this. So what else did we get? Temporal chains and elemental weakness. So let's have a look for temporal chains. So one thing that's worth pointing out on this website is some of the mods won't actually appear on the top tier one that you click down here. So we might actually have to click on the low one to actually find some of these. Okay, we're cursed with temporal change, which is pack size and waystones. Okay, and elemental weakness. So elemental weakness. Okay, this one's giving us rarity. So let's do elemental weakness. Okay, we're up to 66%. Not too bad. Okay, additional projectiles, flasks, and bleeding on here. And I'm actually immune to bleeding on my build too, so let's check that one. Bleeding on hit. It's only... Oh, it's magic monsters. Okay, not really that useful. We'll go flask charges. Flask charges is pack size, and the other one is 2 projectiles, so 2 projectiles. So the plus 2 projectiles will give us pack size, which I guess is alright. We didn't really get the best one there, so I guess 2 extra projectiles, not too bad. Okay, we might go for the bleed to make this one a little bit easier to run, and more magic monsters is alright too. So we got magic monsters and item rarity, so let's go again. Okay, stun build-up can be kind of annoying for some builds. Okay, let's check stun build-up in here. Okay, stun build-up. This is magic monsters again. We could pack our waystone full of magic monsters. Okay, we've got the freeze and shock build-up and all that. Okay, we got rarity here too, so we could pull that one up for rarity. What else do we have? Break armor. Let's check the armor break as well. Number of rare monsters. Let's go this one. That should give us the most amount of rarity here. 84% item rarity, not too bad. Okay, stun build up again, physical damage. Less recovery rate. Let's check that. Please have less recovery rate, even more rarity. Excellent. Sure, let's take that one. Now we've created a waystone here with 106% item rarity. Now, if we manage to get a triple tower overlap and get rarity on 9 different tablets, and then we stack another 106% rarity on top of that, this is how you can do some pretty crazy currency farming. Now, obviously, investing into waystones like this, it takes a little bit of time, but in terms of actually creating them, it's very, very cheap. You can create item rarity waystones like this for very, very cheap. You also have a chance of creating the ones that have overrun by the abyss on them, and they can sell for a lot of currency. You can probably get close to a divine out of them. I don't know. They were selling for at least 100x when I checked. So yeah, keep your eye out for that. But as you can see, we can make item rarity chance up over 100% very, very easily. And I didn't really have to do very much. All I did, I was just checking the database there just to see what the mods actually produce for us. So, okay, so if we come back into our atlas, so I rounded up here. Instead of doing experience gain on these two now, I put the rarity on instead. So if we have a look, a lot of these maps will now have 60% rarity. Now, there are actually some that have overlapped with the experience that we did before. So some of these down here will have 60% of rarity plus 30% experience. So that's really, really nice. So one thing that's really important to note here is that you cannot instill with the emotions a waystone that has already been corrupted. So make sure if you do want to add the emotions on top that you actually do that before you corrupt the item. So what I'm going to do is we're going to run this 106% item rarity waystone on this 60% rarity map, and let's see if we can get some divines dropping here. Okay, so we've got the Delirium Mirror straight up here, so let's activate that. So when you're running a really juiced up maps like these, you just want to make sure you're not doing anything too stupid and dying, right? I've also got the item filter equipped on here now too, which I didn't actually have in the previous video. So I used the item filter on the previous season, but okay, we actually got frozen there. So I had the item filter equipped on the previous season, but when I started playing the Abyss League here, it was... Oh! Okay, we got a divine straight away like this. Nice. All right. Excellent. Let's keep going. Yeah, so when I loaded up the season of the Abyss, my previous item filter wasn't working, so I actually had to re-download it. Download a newer version that was out there. So I might show you guys in a new video upcoming on the channel how to do that. It'll just be a short video, but as you can see, we already got a Divine Orb stacking this much rarity, and it was actually pretty cheap and pretty easy to stack rarity the way I've done it here. You do not need any crazy end game level items to really get it done. I think I spent a few Exalt each on those Rarity Waystones. They're really not expensive at all. Let's see if we can get some more Divines in this map here now. Okay, we'll open up the breach. Okay. I'm just getting slowed quite a bit because of the patches of chill ground. Oh man, the game is lagging so much right here too. Okay. Okay, our build is doing alright though. As long as we don't play too stupidly, we should have enough clear here for our tier 15 maps. Okay, we've got more enemies coming out of here. Just avoid the damage there if we can. Okay, no divine from that group of enemies, but we do have an abyssal depths right here. Why don't we go down and clear this out as well? So when you're running these 6 mod waystones, you do want to just play it a little careful, especially if you're not 100% confident with your build. You do not want to lose the map if you don't have any revives, and the 6 mod waystones by default do not have any reses for you. Now, you could always just run a 5 mod waystone, I guess, but you do want to put as much rarity on as you can when you're farming the divines, right? So let's see if we can get any more to drop in this map. Now, I like running the Elemental Storm here for mapping. It's not really essential. You can go further into the Remnant stuff in the Stormweaver skill tree if you are playing Stormweaver. You know, I just really enjoy it, and it goes with the critical chance sort of setup here pretty well, so... Okay, we've got a greater... Oh, we got someone raising up on me here. Let's just take him out quickly first. Okay. We've got a solar amulet too. Why don't we pick that up? Pick up the shard. Okay, we got a buyer, level 80. You can also sell those on the exchange as well. Not on the exchange, on the trade as well. Okay, so we didn't get any additional divines out of the depths there, but we did get some pretty decent currency drops. Okay, got lots of waystones dropped in this particular map as well, which is nice. Okay, looks like we do have a boss encounter here as well. Hey, buddy. Let's see if this one bugs out for me. So I've had some issues in recent times with the boss encounters kind of being pretty buggy. We'll see how this goes, I suppose. Okay, not too bad. Did not give us another divine, but we did get one out of the map, though, so that's pretty nice. All right, guys, so that was the first map that I've done after juicing up all these areas with increased rarity, 60%, and we ran a 106% waystone. So that is going to be the simplest way to farm divines without having to input huge amounts of currency to begin with. Now, one thing I do want to quickly show you as well, the actual rarity on my items is very, very low. I have a little bit on my amulet over here. Basically got very, very little rarity. So most of that is actually coming from the map. If you stack item rarity on your gear here as well, you're going to get even more value doing this method. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, hit like and subscribe for me. I'll catch you in the next one. Hope you all have a fantastic, amazing day out there wherever you are. Take it easy.